Welcome to Young and Finch, the podcast made by Korean millennials. Alright guys, welcome back to Young and Finch. I am Andrew, and today we have a special guest with the IG handle IncomeTats. Here we have Victor. What's up?
What's up? Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on.
How are you doing?
Yeah. Good, man. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Talk to you guys, catch up.
Yeah. I think it would be good to start this off with how we know Victor. I think it's Josh's first time meeting him, so
Yeah.
there's, I guess, no history there. But for me and Brian, we knew Victor since time. I think it's been more than, 16 years, 15, 17 years.
Yeah.
We met through church, actually, through our parents, where we did some
Yep.
small Bible study, and the parents would bring the kids, and since we were all similar age, we were bonding, and we had a pretty good childhood, I would say. I remember playing
Yep.
MapleStory in those young days.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
those are the
Grinding out.
innocent
Fucking killing
fun
slimes.
days. Bro, I remember Victor.
Don't tell me Maple Story scam story, bro.
No. I forgot which
Know that.
job Victor was in his MapleStory character. I think you were
I feel like assassin.
yeah,
or
or like
something.
poison something mage.
Yeah.
What? Anyways, enough about that.
Yeah, man.
Victor,
Those are
can
good
you,
times.
I guess, start us off with just a little bit about yourself, how you became interested in tattoos, what made you, if you had any like switch in careers or interests throughout your life.
Yeah.
Oh man, I had so many switches in like what I was doing.
Yeah, I guess for my curiosity as
Interesting.
well, can you, I guess, kind of continue from when you stopped coming to our church and moved? Because that's when we stopped.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Full circle.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, well, high school career, pretty basic, you know. I had no idea what I wanted to do, so like, just went into, the first thing that came to me. And my brother is like 1 year older, so he went to Laurier for economics, and he came back home one day, and he was just telling me about like one course he took, and I was like, oh, that's interesting enough. So yeah, I just like went into uni like super blindly. Like most people do, and then yeah, just 2 years of economics, and I had like no interest whatsoever. Only just like a couple business and psychology courses and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I hit second year, and I was studying for the finals, and I just remember being so frustrated because I was working so hard for like something I give no shit about.
Yeah.
And then like I had like a little crisis, and I just realized I needed like time to just like not do anything, and just like just like take a break from school to like get that energy back, or like try something else. So yeah, that's what I did. I stopped going to Laurier, and then I moved downtown because my dad was seeing this lady at the time, and yeah, that lady had a son, so then he was kind of like my unofficial stepbrother, so I was living with him when I moved downtown.
Yeah.
And he's a sculpture and installation artist.
Oh.
He's been at OCAD for a while by that point, so he was he was really into art, and he was like fully immersed into that, and hearing all that for the first time was really interesting, and like his perspectives and just the way he thought was like really admirable. So
Yeah.
that definitely influenced a lot. Like I was like super impressionable, and like I was just like looking for kind of new ways of doing things, I guess. And yeah, at that time, that's kind of when like Instagram was like starting to like become like widespread. And I was like, oh, might as well just join and like take pictures and stuff. And so yeah, I just started taking pictures on my phone, and then it kind of became like really enjoyable. So I just like pursued that, and then my stepbrother's girlfriend had a DSLR that she never used, so I kind of used that like every day, like while I was just like exploring like downtown Toronto.
Yeah.
And then that's how I got into street photography.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, it was really fun. You know, it was a new area and new way of life, and I got to like just look at it from a different perspective and take pictures and like meet lots of interesting people from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at that time, I really enjoyed like just going up to strangers that I thought looked cool or like that I wanted to take a photo of and just like kind of start a conversation with them.
Mm-hmm.
And one person, this is going to tie in later, but one person I saw on the street was this like heavily tattooed guy, and I just thought he looked super cool, so I asked for his photo, and then like we kind of just had a moment there, and then like I got his contact information. I told him like, yeah, I'd love to get tattooed by you someday.
Mm.
And then that was kind of just something that happened, and then I guess the year following that, I was just like doing that while working at the ramen restaurant that you guys saw me at.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, I kind of want to pursue photography like more seriously, so I decided to go to OCAD for advertising because I thought it would be like a somewhat good blend of like my business background and like my desire to like work with like photography and like typography and like other mediums and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a really good choice. I really enjoyed advertising at OCAD. I met some really amazing professors and stuff like that, and like developed like my way of thinking. They basically taught us like how to advertise for like big corporations. You know, just the usual like restaurants or like just like huge products basically. And I kind of lost interest because it just didn't feel like it resonated with me personally. So I wanted to take a year off to try to see if I could freelance with like small businesses and like try to help them advertise and do things like that. And yeah, that was the goal. Like if I could do that, then I would just like drop out and like just do that. And if it didn't work out, then I'll go back to OCAD.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think a few months after I dropped out, I got an opportunity at a barbershop to like take care of like marketing, social media, like photography,
Nice.
things like that. Yeah, it was really fun too.
Yeah.
I did that for like 4 months, and yeah, like working for like a small business was like exactly what I was looking for. Like just being able to think about the business on like a holistic sense,
Right.
and like being able to touch like multiple points. Like once I got in there, I was like thinking about like also the customer experience, like what it's like the flow of traffic and the interior design, and I was helping them like paint and things like that. So it was really exciting like every day. And yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that. But then COVID hit.
Bum bum bum.
So yeah, they had to close, and so I got laid off.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, so I was just like in my apartment with my roommate at the time and no job. I tried like Uber Eats just because it was like really nice weather, and I was just like biking around, and that was cool. But like, yeah, I was just like very deep into my thoughts, like a lot of people were, and like trying to make plans and like devise a strategy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like just one day I was like super bored, and I just went up to my roommate and I was like, "Do you want to tattoo each other?" Because he was like, he was heavily tattooed, and like I was just like super bored, so I like really went into like researching like the proper tools and like proper practices and lots of YouTube and lots of all that stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I just bought all the shit off Amazon, and then I just tried tattooing him just like in the living room. And it was hand poking, which is basically like without the tattoo machine, just like a single needle, and then you just like poke like lots of dots until it like makes a line kind of thing. Yeah, so we did our first tattoo. I did like a little smiley face on him, and like it actually came out like pretty clean.
Yeah.
He was happy, and I was happy, and yeah. So after that night, I was like, oh, okay, I have all these supplies. I had so much fun. Why don't I just like ask my other friends if they want tattoos? And that's kind of how it started. And then I just, I just told like as many people as possible, like I'll tattoo them for free. And like that was like when like the BLM thing was like kind of starting up.
Right.
So I was like, okay, why don't I offer free tattoos in exchange for donations? Yeah.
Nice.
So it was kind of like a win-win situation, like so I could learn, but I could also contribute to like an initiative.
Nice.
So yeah, I did that and like got lots of people interested. Yeah, and that was kind of like my apprenticeship, like informal apprenticeship, I guess. And yeah, I just like kept doing it, and then going to like people's houses, like just doing it in their living room, things like that. And eventually I was like, okay, maybe I should like try to apply for like tattoo shops.
Yeah.
And then this goes back to like when I met that tattooed stranger on the street. I just thought about him, and I actually got a tattoo from him like in between those years.
Oh, nice.
But and we became like pretty good friends. And
Yeah.
I just told him like, yeah, I actually started tattooing recently, and I'd love to like help your like business with like photography and like marketing in exchange for like learning like professional practices from you and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how like my formal apprenticeship started, and I started working out the shop and like working on their website, just helping around, just cleaning the shop and things like that. And after a few months, I became like a full-time artist there.
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
I really respect that you put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It was a very like winding path, and it's like going to continue to wind and like change and stuff. Yeah. But at the time, like I really needed to do something else, and I felt like I had nothing, so yeah, like nothing to lose kind of.
Yeah.
Guessing you love what you do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's good.
It's like a long winding path, but it almost happened so naturally, right? It's like you weren't even trying to look for it. It just happened.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I found that like every time I made plans to do something, like it just never panned out that way. And then just like random opportunities just come up, and it just like naturally happens.
Nice.
So
All it took was one conversation, man. You got that
yeah,
connection.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. Which is why I love living in the city, just because you never know who you'll meet and like,
That's true.
build
Yeah.
relationships with.
Speaking of cities, have you ever considered or wanted to live in another city? If so, where?
I have, yeah. Let's see. I think LA would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like a place with like a Korean like population would be amazing. Like even trying like Busan would be really cool.
Yeah.
Just because like like I'm not too sure if you guys are aware, but like the tattoo industry in Korea is like really booming, and like it's almost it's been booming for like quite some time, but it's really popular. And like
That's dope.
underground artists, like hand poke artists like myself, like just lots of people are trying it and like expanding that industry there.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a good. You raised a good point about the Korean underground kind of tattoo culture, because like I think for like such a long time, tattoos have been so like looked down upon and taboo in Korea, right? And even now, technically, it's illegal. You need a medical license in order to open a tattoo shop. So, being a Korean Canadian, like, what were some hurdles you had to overcome, whether it was like with your family or like with friends who might have been Korean? Because I think that even if for us who were born here, like it's still kind of embedded in us because of our parents, right?
So my dad actually doesn't know I tattoo.
What? Oh shit.
He has no idea. Yeah. It's been like a full year now, and I've been doing this pretty consistently. But I've been like basically like all my supplies like I could fit into like a briefcase,
Right.
Mm.
and so I just like carry that briefcase to like the shop or like to like house calls and things like that.
Mhm.
And he asked like a few times like what's in the briefcase, and I just say like art supplies, and it's
Yeah.
like the briefcase with like locks, so he can never open it. So it looks like hella sus, but you
Yeah.
stop ask questions.
Wait, do you do both hand poking and the like the gun too now?
I'm learning the gun
Okay.
right now, but
Okay.
yeah, I really enjoy the hand poking process.
Okay.
So I feel like I'll continue that and like push that further more than machine tattoos.
How long
Nice,
have you
yeah.
been working with the machines?
Probably a few months now to like half a year, just like pretty inconsistently. Like whenever I have time, I just like practice on something
Yeah.
called fake skin. Yeah,
Oh,
Mm.
I didn't even know about
What's that? It's like pork skin.
it's like
Samgyeopsal.
It's like
what's
it's
what's
like.
the material?
Do you have soy sauce in this, or you eat afterwards?
Just cook it after.
I'm down.
So dirty.
That's fun. That's fun.
Right? You know the vibes.
Yeah.
It's a win-win, bro. Kill
That
two
makes
birds
sense
with
though,
one
because
stone.
because they gotta practice, right? You're not gonna practice on a real person.
I think
Mm.
I've heard of
Yeah.
people practicing on like pigskin or like oranges, right?
Yeah, oranges, pigskin, and then the thing is silicone, like
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
fake skin.
Nice.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, I actually like when I started, I didn't even try it on like fake skin or like fruits. I just went straight to my room.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Nice.
I'm very lucky to have a roommate who's like already super tattooed and doesn't give a fuck. And, like,
Oh, yeah.
other friends who are just like down for this shit.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. But yeah, the question was how I
Cities.
feel- Sorry?
The original question was.
Oh, the cities.
Yeah, and then
Um,
someone took over. I don't know how. And someone was,
Korea came up,
yeah,
bro.
Someone was
Korea
smooth.
came up.
Someone was smooth with it. Sorry.
Mm. But yeah, like, I think you were asking about like something about the Korean perception about tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
It's very
Sorry,
well,
give me
it was
a
very
sec.
looked down upon. It's like
Is it?
Mm.
Yeah. To be
like-
honest, I think it's still not looked down upon, but it's not looked up upon. Sorry.
it's like you're like part of it. It's like from what I understand, like if you had tattoos,
You're
you're
like a
so,
kind
somewhat-
of
yeah, like affiliated with a gang
Mm.
member.
like hip hop
Yeah.
or like something of that nature.
Yeah.
But that's
But
like
if you look at tattoos like nowadays, like it could be anything. Like it
Yeah.
could just be like a line and like super minimalistic, and like
yeah.
you could tell it's not like
Yeah, those I'd be down
trying
for.
to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like gang affiliated too, but also like I know like historically, like if you grew up in the church like we did, you know, my dad is always reminding me like it was always associated with like slavery and stuff too. So the connotations that come with tattoos like historically have never been like
Mm.
good. But
Yeah.
like you mentioned, like I think Korea is blowing up. Even in North America, like tattoos are becoming so normalized. I think you're seeing more people with at least one tattoo over people with no tattoos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the historic connotations, like it differs between every tradition.
That's true,
Or,
that's
or
true,
like
yeah.
culture, right? Like, I was reading somewhere like in like England, back when they were like having like wars with horses and fucking swords and shit. Like they would tattoo like a cross on you, so if you died in like enemy territory, like they'd still like treat you to like a Christian burial and things like that.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So
Interesting.
yeah, there's like so many ways that like tattoos could be used and have been used,
Mhm.
but yeah, it is like pop culture and things like that that like
Yeah.
yeah.
Popularized it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many tattoos do you have currently?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah, yeah.
6, 7, 8. But they're all really small. They're all really small. I could show you in the thing right now.
Yeah, yeah.
In the video call, but
Oh,
I have that
Lord.
tattoo.
Oh, nice.
Water
Yeah,
boy,
and
eh?
yes.
Is that to remind you to stay hydrated?
Yes. Okay. So
When you go
for the
drink, it's like,
listeners-
we're okay. Let's go.
Yeah, for the listeners, I have a tattoo on my wrist that says "Mur."
Which means water.
Yeah, it's
Means
yes,
water in
which means
Korea.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every time,
it's
every time you drink, you better stay
yeah,
hydrated, bro.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah, I need that, yo.
Yeah.
'Cause I never remember to drink. Sorry, go ahead.
Right.
What else you got?
Yeah, I don't. Let's see. I'll show you in the camera. I have number 2 there.
Number
That my
2.
roommate did.
Oh,
Yeah, and then just like a couple fingers
Oh,
right there.
nice.
why so
Oh,
serious?
Didn't those hurt? I heard the fingers are sensitive areas because it's so close contact with the bone.
Yeah. Anywhere that's close to a bone hurts more than, fleshy areas.
So it hurt?
But it's okay. It's manageable.
Oh, what
those
a
are all
man.
done by
상남자.
Strong man.
those are all done by hand poking.
The fingers hand poked. The 2 that I showed you was
Yeah.
hand poked.
Mhm.
This was a machine.
Oh yeah.
I also have a circle on my. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then I have a couple things on my thighs. Yeah,
Damn.
I'm not gonna show. I'm not gonna take
Nice.
off my pants.
Damn it.
That's the one I wanted to see. Sorry.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That's mad sus.
I'm just playing, bro. Or am I? Sorry.
So dirty.
Skirt.
Yeah. So, would you guys be down for tattoos? Should we schedule an appointment soon?
Kind of scared because I heard it hurts.
Yo, it's not bad.
Yeah, what does it feel like?
Okay, hand poking, it feels like a needle is just poking your skin.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty bearable. It's more of like a annoying like pinching feel,
Hmm.
but over time it's like you just get like numb to it. You get used to it, and it almost becomes like meditative. But with
It's like fetish.
machine tattoo. Yeah, I mean, like people do get addicted to the sensation
like-
of it.
Sorry. You know the vibes.
Yeah, they just listen to music, zone out. The artists go to work.
Yeah, or like talk, or just like go
Yeah.
to sleep.
Oh,
yeah.
you're talking about the one doing it, maybe meditative, not the one getting
No,
it.
for both people.
What? Really?
Well, obviously, it depends on like the practitioner and like how they approach it. But
Yeah.
True.
hand poking specifically, because it's like much quieter than like a buzzing machine. Like
True.
you get much more like quiet time, and you're just lying down there, and
True.
yeah, just
Interesting.
connecting with. the
Andrew,
other
you should
person,
get a
so-
Young and Finch tattoo, yo.
I'll get one if you get one.
If this channel blows up, we'll all get one.
Well,
No, Brian will get one.
I don't know.
Brian will get one.
Brian will get one. Sorry.
Get on our ass.
I'll think about it. Sorry.
Get on our butt cheek.
Dirty. Brian, would you get one?
I would get one.
Yeah.
I would. I thought about it. It's like if I were to get one, I'd probably get like a sleeve.
A sleeve?
Yeah, I thought sleeves look sick.
Oh,
One of my coworkers got a sleeve.
sleeves are expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's expensive.
It's like thousands, bro.
Or maybe something under my forearm.
What? Can you explain why it would cost thousands for a tattoo like that? Like, what's the cost behind it? Is it the work?
It's mainly the time,
Yeah,
and
I see.
the manual labor.
True.
And if you consider that this person is like, first of all, they took the time to like design something specifically for you. So first you could see it as like a commission painting,
I
right?
see. Okay. Yeah.
And then from there you see that like, they actually have the skills to place it onto your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like that's supposed to be there for the rest of your life. So like
Yeah.
if it's really quality work, then
True.
it'll maintain integrity for a long time. So it's like an investment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. So if you're
Makes
really
sense.
good and you're really good at marketing yourself, you probably make decent
Oh, yeah.
bucks.
Dude, some artists make bank, dude.
Yeah. If you're like a top artist, yeah, you'll definitely
Yeah.
make bank. But
Yeah.
starting off like any profession, like you're gonna have to grind for like very little.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Build your name. Start establishing
sure.
your brand a little bit.
Hence, that's the perfect time to shout out. What's your IG?
Yeah, my IG is at IncomeTats, TATS.
IncomeTats. Where you at?
Is that like an homage to your economics background?
I wish.
Or is it just
it's
kind
not
of
even like it's not deep at all. Like I was just at home. I was thinking about a name, and I was like, that's kind of fun, kind of punny too. So.
Dude, speaking of Instagram, I have a question for you. How did you come across our channel? Because you DM'd us and you're like, is this Brian and Andrew?
Wait, I I think you guys followed me first.
Yeah, I found IncomeTats and I was like, that's a nice name. So
Mhm.
I hit follow.
Respect. Yeah.
Oh,
Respect.
word.
Yeah, what'd you think of the name Young and Finch though?
I thought it was really cool.
Hey.
Yeah. Like it made a lot of sense. Like instantly, I understood like what you guys would talk about and stuff. So
Wait, but how did you know
Yeah.
it was me and Andrew though?
I had no idea. I was just like, okay, this is like a small podcast and like they
Yeah.
have pretty cool like graphics and stuff like that. And
Right.
I was like, yeah, I respect the what you guys are doing. And then I tuned in and I was like, why are these voices so familiar? I heard Brian's voice first and I was like, yeah, okay, that sounds super familiar.
But you know it's fucked up when you familiarize my voice back in grade 6, and I'm like, I like some deep ass voice back in the days too.
Yeah, you did. But when I heard Andrew's voice, I was like, yeah, that's Andrew for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah, it's
go.
very unique voice.
that's crazy, man. Crazy how and look at us, man. We're
Mhm.
recording our podcast together.
Yeah, bro. Yo, bro, I thought I had the most common voice.
Nah, bro. I could hear your voice from a crowd, bro.
That's
All you hear is like, yo, what do you mean, bro? And then it's like, oh, that's Andrew.
I'm down.
Damn, that's dope.
가자 그럼.
Mm.
I would maybe get something on my chest too. I think chest is a pretty cool.
But you
interesting
know what you should get? You should get like squiggly lines so it looks like chest.
What about you guys? Are you guys interested in tatting it up?
I'll probably get something small on my ankle, if anything, or like my wrist,
Mm-hmm.
or like behind my ear, so it's like subtle.
Hidden.
Behind your ear.
Yeah,
People get tattoos there too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a pretty,
oh
I'd say
like
it's a
right
pretty
here.
common
Oh
spot.
yeah,
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 gotcha.
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How would your parents feel if you guys got one?
They'd be indifferent,
Are
I
they
think.
chill?
Yeah.
That's cool.
They'd be surprised, but I'd be like, you know.
Now, what are they
can't
gonna
tell me
do? What are they gonna do though?
Yeah, my dad would kill me though. We mentioned this before in our religion podcast, but my parents are fairly religious.
Mm.
Even for my earring in grade 9, I had to like make a deal with them. He's like, okay, I'll let you get the earring, but you have to promise me you'll never get a tattoo. I was like,
Oh,
I said yeah, but I was like, no guarantees.
you know what you have to get? Just get a Bible scripture tattoo.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Bro, John 3:16. Sorry,
Yeah, John 3:16.
or Genesis 1:1. Sorry.
What the?
You can't say anything about that.
Yeah, my dad was like very against like piercings and like tattoos as well.
Yeah.
But I really wanted the circle tattoo was like my first one,
Yeah.
and I really wanted it. So he went to Korea for like a month and a bit, and the day before he came back, I like Sharpied that shit on my arm, and he saw it and he's like, "You got tattooed?" And I'm like, "Yeah, this shit's on me. Like it's permanent." And he's like, "Fuck, okay, just don't get another one." And then once I heard that, I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna get the real tattoo too."
Hey, A/B testing. Sorry.
Yeah,
Smart.
exactly.
Finessed your dad, bro.
Yeah, for sure. So I would recommend that to any listeners that are like, hesitant.
True. That's
That's a
smart.
pretty good
Yeah.
tip.
Just just to see like how your parents react.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Test the waters.
I don't know, man. Korean parents, they can be a different breed, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was looking at, obviously when I first came upon your Instagram page, you have some like really interesting designs, and there's some inspiration from like Korean culture, like the kodori cards and stuff like that. Like I thought those were like super clean, but I guess with like, where do you get that inspiration from for like your design ideas and what you want to design on people?
I guess it kind of just depends on like what I'm researching and like what I'm looking into. So like those Hwatu cards, like it just started off with like once I started tattooing, like it was just like doodles and stuff, and then I was thinking like, okay, like what's like personal to me, and like how can I bring my culture to the table, like similar to what you guys are doing. So then I started thinking about like personal childhood experiences that like resonated with me, and playing Hwatu with my dad, like, and just like learning that game was pretty fun. So I kind of just took that imagery, and then that kind of opened the door into looking into like Korean traditional paintings and things like that, and learning about just Korean art history. So like there are like certain elements from that, like from that research that I'm like holding on to, and I'm going to like show later in my designs. But yeah, it's kind of just, you know, conversations like this, like, you know, like talking to other Korean people, like I'm able to just like figure out like new insights into like what could like other Koreans resonate with, and like what's a shared common experience, you know?
Yeah.
So like things like soju and like yakult, like it's pretty like a common like object and like beverage. But like I'm trying to expand and like just figure out like a bit more. And so I actually wanted to ask you guys, like, what do you feel like symbolizes like your Korean upbringing, like in terms of memories or like images or like objects, things like that?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I guess just how we were up, like brought up. But I don't know how you would formulate that into something tangible.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't. Yeah, it's hard to, you know, make it straight into an image, but
Yeah.
I totally agree. I was thinking like church and like church soccer, like that's such a Korean experience. Like
Or like the basketball at church,
Oh,
yeah,
playing ball.
fucking raisin bread.
I fucking hate those still to this day. I think that's one of the reasons why I actually hate raisins, because of those bread.
Yeah, that shit was traumatic.
Yeah. So dry.
For sure.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that, like, when you're really hungry, you would eat it.
Bro, and it's like
nothing to eat.
not even the whole thing too. Just like
just like
half of
Yeah.
it.
It was bearable with coffee, though, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like the only way.
The Yakult one was really good. Like I think that's like if any Korean, even Korean Canadian sees that, it's like instantly boom, you're back to, you know, when you're like 4 and buying a pack of like 40 and then just going home and shooting down like 10 of them. But
Yeah.
I was thinking one was like, you know, like the Korean bottled ice cream, like bongta, like that.
Oh yes.
I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
like something that I would see. I'd be like, oh yo, like bongta tank boy, like say less.
For sure.
Or like or games, like Maple Story.
Yeah, Maple Story. Yeah,
But you get Maple
definitely.
Story tattooed on you, bro.
I'm down. I'll be the
A slime. Yeah.
I'll
Slimes
put
are
the Savage Blow image.
What about, like, the Korean word, like chung or something like that?
Oh, I actually tattooed that on someone.
Chung?
Yeah.
But I don't know why, but I don't like words tattooed in general.
Why not?
Some Chinese
know.
characters look pretty cool.
I think it's kind of cliche, in my opinion.
True. Yeah.
I work
However you
at
feel,
a
that's your
hospital,
body.
and one of the doctors has, like, just Korean tattoos written on his forearm. I didn't get a close look at it, but it said something like something inspirational. So I think he uses that every day to, like, take care of his patients. And
Yeah, I mean, if it
Things
means
like
something to them, I'm all for it.
yeah,
What about like Justin Bieber's Bieber?
Justin Bieber's what?
Justin Bieber has like Peeble on his forearm. It's just like his last name, but in Korean.
Oh, really?
What?
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it's just Peeble.
You know what? I'm actually kind of like I fuck with that. That's kind of jokes.
It's actually kind of clean.
Yeah, I'm kind of maybe it's because like Justin Bieber did it, but
Yeah.
that's kind of clean though.
If you're thinking of names, I think Conor McGregor's tattoos look pretty cool. The one that he has on his stomach.
The chest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or on his chest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Connor is
For
swag.
sure.
I mean, if
Yeah.
he loses again, I might have to rethink that. But
Shut your fucking mouth, you'll do nothing.
yeah.
right now it's pretty cool. Sorry.
Yo, so can I ask you guys, like, what inspired Young and Finch? Like, what inspired this whole podcast? I'm sure you guys already like talked about this in a previous episode, but
I don't think we actually did.
We haven't,
Didn't. No. Yeah.
True.
Good question.
Good question though.
I
Well, it
mean,
was originally Josh's idea
Yeah.
to start this podcast. And our goal for a podcast to just kind of relate with other Korean people, like, that are living in Canada or, you know, in like a Western society, and just kind of talk about our experiences of growing up, you know, in a country where we're not so, like, I guess technically familiar, like we're like an immigrant, like we're an outside coming in, and you know, just hopefully we can, you know, connect or inspire and just meet cool people like that along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think like the Korean Canadian experience is kind of interesting because it's so close to the Korean American experience, but at the same time, I think it's fairly different,
It's
and
unique.
our experiences are kind of unique to itself. So
Yeah,
I didn't see
yeah.
too many platforms where people were kind of talking about the Korean Canadian experience. So
Yeah, man. Once we're done, we gotta grab some Korean barbecue or something, man. Got
Yeah,
lots of
come
things
on,
to
yeah.
catch up.
Yeah, for sure.
we should grab a beer once things open up.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
We'll get Andrew fucked up and then give him a tattoo.
Good.
Me and Brian will pin him down.
Yeah.
I'm chilling.
Just before we wrap up, I wanted to fire off some rapid fire questions for you guys, as well as Victor, so we can kind of get to know you a little bit better,
Yeah, sure.
aside from your tattooing and your hustle. So we'll just burn through these. If you could only have one pair of shoes for the rest of your life, just one, what would it be?
Converse, for sure.
Ooh.
The lows?
Just white, regular Chuck Taylors. Yeah.
Hey,
Just so versatile.
Common projects.
those things age like wine.
Brian?
Fuck, one shoe for the rest of my life.
Jordans.
Gotta go with gotta go with some Nikes.
Nice.
Yeah, some running shoes.
All right, next one. Most underrated spot in Toronto.
Ooh.
Underrated. Oh, I got one.
It can be a spot. It can just be like an area.
Yeah, I got one. I'll start. It's at Church and Wellesley. There's a bar called Hair the Dog.
Hair of the dog.
Yeah, I think it's called something like that. It's actually pretty. It's like a nice vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out.
True. Yo, Andrew, I need to put you onto some spots because that place sounds regular as fuck.
Oh! He needs some milk!
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm just joking.
I mean,
Like, that's cool. That's cool.
bro, like,
Your
yo,
expression was like,
I'm not from Toronto, bro.
Yeah, I'm
just
kidding. I'm
moved.
kidding. Yeah. But yeah.
it's cool, man. Yo, put me on some spots. Yeah, I'm down.
Bro,
I don't know
put me on some
anywhere.
spots. Yeah, I'm down. I'm actually down. Like,
Yeah.
I need to know.
Yeah, for sure.
Victor probably knows all the best places. You've been there for a long
Yeah,
time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this like franchise, like local franchise. Have you heard of like Soul Shaker or Odd Soul? Yeah.
Yeah.
Salt shaker.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job in the city for sure. But just in general, Ontario Place super underrated. Like,
Ontario Place.
yeah, just open to the public. You could just walk in and yeah, it's just really nice vibes there.
Isn't
Beside
Ontario
the water.
Place? Where's Ontario Place? Sorry.
It's
Down by the
near,
water.
yeah, down by the water.
What's the water?
Lakeshore.
Like harbor. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Harborfront
but
area.
that's such a long water. Like where exactly?
No, it's where like the IMAX theater is, like with like the dome and like the whatever like that. You know, and then no.
Let's Google Map it, bro.
Nah, I don't think I know. Anyways,
Nah.
For me, PG Clucks.
PG Clucks?
Yeah. Or some bomb ass chicken sandwich.
That's not underrated at all, bro.
I think it's one of the most underrated chicken joints.
yo, you know what's underrated? McDonald's. Sorry.
Chipotle.
All right, next one.
Yeah.
All right, between mountains or ocean, which would you choose? Like living in a place with mountains or ocean?
Ocean.
Ocean.
Yeah, ocean.
Ocean.
Yeah.
What about you, Victor?
I would say water. Yeah.
Water?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're
Latin. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
He's got it on his arm, so must be.
Yeah, bro.
All right, last question. Your favorite panchan to eat with rice. So, your favorite
Ooh.
like 밥 도둑.
Keran.
계란밥.
yeah, no, that's a classic. That's a good answer.
Andrew, you really hit it off.
That's a good answer.
Nah. Actually, for me, probably like 간된장 or
What
like
is that?
it's 된장 but 간, like thick.
It's like very fermented.
I see. Yeah.
That actually no, that or gochujang, like something marinated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like kimchi anything.
But it's gotta be panchan, bro.
반찬? Oh, probably one of those.
반찬.
You know the 오징어 무침?
Yeah, 오징어
Oh, the
부침.
spicy
Yeah.
ojingo?
Yeah.
Oh, the ojingo's
those
yeah,
are good.
hella good.
Shit.
I would say 콩나물 for myself. I just love that shit.
Number.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. That's
So regular.
That's kind of. I guess that's underrated for you.
Yeah.
I gotta go with Kim.
Kim,
Keep it simple.
classic.
Yeah. True.
All right. That wrapped up the rapid fire questions. But yeah.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for coming up, Victor, man. It's nice to catch up, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and when everything opens up again, we'll hit up a spot or something.
Facts.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Do it up.
Definitely.
All right, guys. Thanks for everyone, especially Victor, for coming on, and hope you guys enjoyed this week's of what Victor's like, what he does, what's his passion,
Yeah.
his journey
Mm-hmm.
so far, and DM us if you got anything that you want to share.
And you can find more of Victor's tattoo creations at his Instagram at IncomeTats.
Yeah, we'll put his link.
And we'll plug it down in our link.
Bless. Thank
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah. And also follow us on our Instagram too at the Young and Finch. We love to DM you, chat with you guys, and get to know you guys better.
Yeah. And if you like the podcast, don't forget to follow us on Spotify and give us a rating and a review on the Apple Music Store.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That being said, we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you guys for listening.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Peace.
But yeah, do you guys have any like passion projects you've been working on outside of podcasting?
No.
True. I mean, like one project is enough to hold you for
I'm
sure.
just grinding,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Grinding in life.
One thing I wanted to start looking into was kind of like woodworking. But right now it's so not feasible with like the space and materials and stuff. But
Bro, I'll give you wood. Sorry.
what the
Cut that out.